everyone. Welcome back. Are you ready to come in and hear a story? Miss Becky has a great story for us. If you're ready, come on in.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So glad to see you all. Today, I have a story to tell you. I have a parable to tell you. But we have to do a couple of things before we get started, just so that we're ready. We've already lit our Christ candle. You all are going to grab your Christ candle from your boxes, and you're going to turn them on. And this just reminds us that this is a sacred space, and that Jesus is here with us, and all the time, every day. We also need to change the circle of the church year calendar, so Miss Marty's going to come and do that for us.
Hi, Miss Becky.
Hi, Miss Marty.
Okay, last week was the 5th Sunday after Epiphany. Now we're going to move to the 6th Sunday. Look, we're getting close to Lent. Okay, Miss Becky.
Thank you. All right, if you're ready, we're going to tell a story. Okay, here we go. I'm going to tell you a story. And I bet you can guess it's probably a parable. So I bet you also remember where the parables are by now, don't you? So I'm going to go over to the parable shelves and grab this one, okay? It's over here past the sand tray and right by the circle of the church year. This parable has a tan dot. A tan dot. So if you ever want to find it, that's what you're going to look for. This is the parable of the leaven. The parable of the leaven. Just like all parables, it's gold because it's precious. And it's a box with a lid, very much like a present because it is a present. You all probably remember that it's a present that Jesus gave us all before we were even born. So we've owned this present for a long time. Now, the lid makes me think sometimes it's hard to open. And some of these parables are hard to understand. So keep coming back to them. So one day they'll open easily for you. So let's look inside this box and see if this isn't a parable. All right. So what do we have in this box? This looks a little like what the other parables have, a big piece of fabric. And this piece of fabric is tan, kind of yellow and tan. And I wonder what it is. Kind of looks like a big mountain or a big plate of mashed potatoes. Well, let's see what this means. Let me see if there's anything else in the box to help us with this story. Uh-oh. This isn't very good news. There's nothing else in this box. So I guess we better start with the story. There was once a man who said such wonderful things and did such amazing things that people followed him. And when they were following him, he was talking about a kingdom. Not like the kingdom we all live in, or a kingdom that we visited once, or a kingdom that we could even imagine. So one day, they said to him, "Tell us about this kingdom of heaven." And he said, "The kingdom of heaven is like a woman. A woman who took 3 measures of flour, and now that's a lot of flour, and she mixed them all together. She mixed that flour together, and in that, she hid leaven. And that leaven swelled up and it grew those portions of flour. It swelled up all over, and it got puffy and big, like the bread that you find in the store. I wonder if this woman has a name. And I wonder, is she happy? I wonder what is in the leaven in this parable. What is the leaven? And what is the leaven in life? I wonder if you can take the leaven out of this bread and it goes back to what it was before the leaven was added. I wonder if you have ever come close to a place like this, a place where you bake bread, or a place in your life like this at all. I wonder what happens in this parable. Here's the bread. And here's the 3 measures of flour. Here's the leaven. And here's the woman who mixes the leaven with the 3 measures of flour. And here's our cloth. And now you'll know what's in this story if you ever want to tell this story to a friend or just look through this box and retell that story to yourself. So Miss Marty told you last week that we have delivered envelopes with more craft supplies for these stories, for the parables. So this envelope that you received has in it the material that you will need to create one of the crafts that you've seen in the pictures following this story. So you may want to pause your computer or your iPad so you can take a good look at those crafts. This Sunday is also Valentine's Day, so there's some material in this envelope for you to make a Valentine for someone who's really special to you. And when you're finished with your craft, you can have a feast and you can thank God for all the things you have, for your friends and for your family and for these wonderful stories. And when you're finished, you'll say Amen. And we'll see you next week. We hope you really enjoyed these stories and your new craft supplies. All right, bye-bye.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light